What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vic bringing you guys a quick video and my predictions on the Jon Jones versus Dominic Reyes fight, guys. So it's coming up this weekend. So that's a really great fight. I think it's time for Jon Jones to showcase his greatness, even though he's a fuck up. And I personally don't like him as an individual outside the octagon, but what he has done inside the octagon is perfect, man. The guy's undefeated, pretty much, other than one disqualification from an illegal elbow, which he was going to win anyways, regardless of the fact. The way I look at it is two undefeated fighters, one with good knockout power, athleticism, versus a GOAT, pretty much flawless in all his victories. He cruises in most of his victories, and he's fought the best of the best since the age of, what, 22, 23? He was young when he was fighting legends, and now he's just terrorizing the whole division. There's no one left in the division to fight, if you think about it. Dominic Reyes is good. He's big, powerful. I just don't think he has enough for Jon Jones, man. Jon Jones has a lot of different weapons. He gives you a lot of different styles, a lot of different looks when he's fighting, because he's long, he's rangy. So, I do believe he's going to keep him at range. I don't think Dominic is going to find his distance, because no one does. We've seen power before against Jones. Glover Teixeira is a good example. Glover couldn't get to him. One fight I did want to watch was between him and Anthony Rumble Johnson, which would have been a great fight, but that never happened, so it never came into fruition. But I feel like Rumble Johnson's just a bit more explosive than Dominic Reyes, so it would have been a lot more even fight between Anthony versus Jones. But he does have a chance, man. He's young. He's an undefeated fighter. I just don't think he finds the range the first time around. A rematch, if he does good enough, he could get a rematch. But he would have to find the distance. He would have to stun Jones early, I believe, because as the fight goes on, I think Jones is going to get better, man. He's going to pick him apart. He has those nice oblique kicks to keep him at range. Those elbows, spinning elbows. He's just... overall, man, he's greatest ever, in my opinion. I do think he's a cheater, which leaves an asterisk by Jones as being the greatest, because I got Anderson over Jones right now. I do think he's a cheater. I think he's a piece of shit human being, but man, he's great, man. He just has a bunch of different styles and looks to keep someone at bay. He's lengthy, good striking, good kicks. He just has it all, man. As a fighter, overall fighting style, he has it all, man. There's nothing that guy can't do. I just want him to... after this fight, he's going to get past Dominic. I want him to go up to heavyweight, challenge the winner from DC, Stipe. I want DC to get a trilogy match with him, and I honestly want DC to win. I'm a DC fan, but I'm gonna try to be... I'm not gonna try to be biased for that fight, just because I'm a huge DC fan, and hopefully it comes into fruition. But my prediction for the Dominic Reyes and Jon Jones fight, I think Jon Jones takes it. I think he just dominates him, picks him apart. And another thing, wrestling is going to be a high factor in this. I feel like Jones could take him down fairly easy. We saw what he did to DC, so fairly easy. He could dominate it on the ground, dominate it on the stand-up. It's just those elbows, those oblique kicks, that stuff that keeps you at bay. That's where Jones is pretty much best at. That's where his bread and butter is, and I just don't think Dominic could close the distance against a fighter at that caliber. And this is the first time he's fought someone at that caliber. Let's not forget, he's new to the UFC. Fairly new. Not new, but fairly new to the UFC. He hasn't fought really tough competition yet. And to be honest, there's a lackluster talent in that division. There's not one of the toughest divisions to be a part of right now. There's not really a lot of stars. There's not really a lot of threats for Jones in that division other than Dominic Reyes right now. So we've seen the rest of the division as pretty much a weak division compared to the rest of the divisions in the UFC. But it's going to be a great fight, man. It's going to be a thriller. I do believe Jones wins, though. And I've been hearing Dominic say that his athleticism would fare him in this fight against Jones. But Jones was bred by athletes, man. So he was talking about how he's went to college and played football, and that's going to carry into this fight to beat Jones, because that's what it takes, is more athleticism that most guys don't have. But don't forget, John Jones was bred by athletes. Chandler Jones, he plays in the NFL, played with the Patriots, now playing with the Texans, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but he was bred by NFL athletes. His older brother, I forgot his name, also plays in the NFL, retired, I think, with the Ravens or some shit like that. But, man, this guy was bred by athletes. He is an athlete. He could have played any sport he wanted to, but he chose UFC. Like, he's an athlete at the end of the day, man. You can't count Jones out in this fight. I do believe he wins, even though he's a piece of shit human being, and I hope DC does beat him at heavyweight. But that's for another video. Guys, if you really like this video, subscribe, like, and share. I really do appreciate the support. I'm going to keep doing me. Follow me on Instagram at Victor_B619. And there's going to be a lot more videos coming, guys. Trust me. We'll be posting about my cars, about music, about everything, man. You already know I'm going to start working on a podcast. Set up a podcast table here and probably start a podcast soon. Please just like, subscribe, and share, man. I appreciate it. Have a great one. Peace.